It begins quietly. So quietly, in fact, that for weeks, maybe even months, you might successfully convince yourself that it's not really happening. It's a few extra strands of hair left on your crisp, white pillow in the morning light, almost invisible. It's a little more than usual caught in the fine teeth of your comb or tangled within the bristles of your brush after a gentle styling. You dismissively sweep them away, rinse them down the shower drain, and tell yourself, with a practiced air of nonchalance, that it's nothing to worry about. Everyone sheds hair, but then the signs become harder to ignore. The part in your hair, the one you've styled the same way for 30 years, seems just a little wider, a little more pronounced. The bright sunlight streaming through the kitchen window seems to catch your scalp a little more easily, illuminating a reality you weren't ready to face. And that's when you feel it, that familiar, heavy, sinking feeling in the pit of your stomach. It is a quiet sense of loss that has absolutely nothing to do with vanity and everything to do with your sense of self, your identity. Because our hair is so much more than just fibers. It is a part of our personal story. It has framed our face through decades of unbridled laughter, silent tears, hard-earned wisdom, and profound love. Watching it thin can feel like a part of your very being is slowly, inexorably fading away. If you are feeling this, I want you to take a deep breath and hear me clearly. You are not alone, and you are most certainly not powerless. Today, we are going to gently and lovingly pull back the curtain on why your hair is truly changing after the age of 60. And then, most importantly, I am going to share with you the #1 kitchen secret, a simple, astonishingly powerful, and entirely natural way to fight back, to nourish your hair from the deepest cellular level, from the inside out, and to reclaim the unshakable confidence you so richly deserve. Before we uncover these gentle yet profoundly effective solutions, I would be so deeply grateful for a small, meaningful gesture of support from you. If this message resonates with you in any way, please take a brief moment to press the like button and, more importantly, to subscribe to our channel. It allows us to continue bringing you guidance on aging with grace, dignity, and strength. And most importantly of all, I truly want to hear from you. This channel, is a community built on shared wisdom and mutual support. Please do not be shy. Leave a comment below. Share your own experiences with your hair, your own personal struggles, or any remedies that you have discovered along the way. Your words, your story, could be the very thing that brings a sense of comfort, validation, and newfound hope to someone else walking this exact same path. Your voice is not only welcome here, it is incredibly valuable and deeply needed. So, let's first seek to understand what is truly happening within our bodies. To heal something, to nurture it back to health, we must first understand its roots, both literally and figuratively. Age-related hair thinning is not a single, isolated event. It's the culmination of a symphony of profound internal shifts occurring symphony-like within your body. The first, and arguably the most powerful of these shifts, is hormonal. For women, the transformative journey through menopause brings with it a significant and often sharp drop in the production of estrogen and progesterone. These are not just reproductive hormones. They play a vital, nurturing role throughout the body, including extending the anagen or the active growing phase of your hair follicles. Think of these hormones as the patient, loving gardeners of your scalp, diligently tending to your hair and encouraging it to remain lush and growing for as long as possible. As their levels inevitably decline, this delicate hormonal balance is disrupted. Simultaneously, the relative influence of androgen hormones, like testosterone, can become more pronounced. It is a derivative of testosterone, a potent hormone called dihydrotestosterone, or DHT, that is the primary scientifically identified culprit behind what is known as androgenetic alopecia, or pattern hair loss. DHT has the damaging ability to bind to specific receptors in your hair follicles, particularly on the scalp, causing them to progressively shrink in a process called miniaturization. The follicles themselves don't die, at least not initially. but they become smaller and smaller over time, like a mighty oak tree shrinking into a bonsai. They begin producing hairs that are finer, shorter, weaker, and less pigmented until they eventually become so small that they stop producing any visible hair at all. This is precisely why, for many women, the thinning appears to be diffuse, a general thinning spread across the entire head, rather than in one specific bald spot. It's a slow, systemic, and often distressing change, and the first step in fighting back is to understand that it is not your fault. It is your biology, gently and naturally shifting gears. The second major, interconnected reason for thinning hair is nutritional. After the age of 60, our bodies fundamentally change the way they absorb and utilize nutrients from the food we eat. Your digestive system might not be as robust or efficient as it once was, and conversely, your body's demand for certain essential building blocks actually increases to combat the natural processes of aging. Your hair is primarily composed of a resilient protein called keratin. To build strong, healthy keratin, your body requires a constant and steady supply of amino acids from the protein you consume, but it also desperately needs a whole host of supporting vitamins and minerals to facilitate this process. And this, right here, is where so many of us unknowingly fall short. Iron deficiency, for instance, is an extremely common and tragically overlooked cause of significant hair loss in older women. Iron is absolutely essential for producing hemoglobin, the protein in your red blood cells that is responsible for carrying life-giving oxygen. When your iron levels are low, your body intelligently goes into a state of survival triage. It shuns the available oxygen to your most vital organs, your heart, your brain, your lungs, and away from what it considers non-essential functions like growing hair. Your follicles are literally being starved of the precious oxygen they need to thrive and function properly. The B vitamins, especially biotin, B7, are famous for their role in hair health, but another mineral, zinc, is just as critical. Zinc plays a crucial role in hair tissue growth and repair. It also helps to keep the oil glands around the follicles working properly, which is essential for a healthy scalp environment. A deficiency in zinc can directly lead to increased hair shedding. And finally, we must speak of healthy fats, particularly omega-3 fatty acids. These are vital for maintaining scalp health. A dry, flaky, or inflamed scalp is simply not a healthy garden for hair to grow in. These essential fats help to nourish the scalp from within, powerfully reducing the kind of inflammation that can effectively choke off your hair follicles at the root. The third, profoundly important reason is circulation. Your hair follicles are not just sitting on your scalp. They are living organs fed by a complex and delicate network of tiny blood vessels. For your hair to grow and flourish, it needs a rich, uninterrupted supply of nutrient-laden blood. As we age, our overall circulation can naturally become less efficient. Furthermore, chronic stress, a very common and often unavoidable companion in modern life, causes the body to produce an excess of the hormone cortisol. Persistently high levels of cortisol can cause the tiny blood vessels in your scalp to constrict, further reducing the vital flow of blood to your follicles. This is precisely why a period of intense stress, a significant loss, or a period of grief can sometimes trigger a noticeable episode of hair shedding, known as telogen effluvium, a few months after the event. Your body, in its wisdom, is physically redirecting its precious resources away from your hair to deal with the perceived crisis. And lastly, we must acknowledge the cumulative effect of a lifetime of hair care practices. Decades of heat styling with blow dryers and curling irons, chemical coloring and perms, the use of harsh shampoos containing sulfates, and tight hairstyles like high ponytails or buns all contribute to a lifetime of mechanical stress and physical damage to the hair shafts and the follicles themselves. While your hair was incredibly resilient in your younger years, it has far less capacity to bounce back from this kind of damage after the age of 60. But understanding why your hair is falling out, as validating as that is only the first step. The real, empowering part of this journey comes from knowing what you can do about it. And I am here to tell you that this power begins not in the confusing aisles of a pharmacy filled with expensive, chemical-laden products making promises they can't keep, but in the warm, nurturing heart of your home, your very own kitchen. Your diet is, without a doubt, the single most powerful tool you possess to nourish your hair from the deepest cellular level, from the inside out. Let's begin with the foundational foods that will form the cornerstone of your new hair health regimen. First, I want you to learn to embrace healthy fats. Think of these as internal moisturizers for your scalp and your hair shafts. One of the absolute best sources is the humble and delicious avocado. It's packed with heart-healthy monounsaturated fats, antioxidant vitamin E, and a range of B vitamins that protect and strengthen hair. Just a quarter of an avocado a day, whether it's mashed on a piece of whole grain toast or blended into a creamy morning smoothie, can make a significant and noticeable difference over time. Walnuts, almonds, and especially seeds like flax and chia are also incredible sources of these vital nutrients. They are particularly rich in omega-3 fatty acids, which help to powerfully combat the scalp inflammation that can harm hair follicles. A small handful of walnuts as a snack or a tablespoon of ground flax seeds sprinkled over your morning oatmeal can provide these essential fats easily and deliciously. Next, you must make a conscious effort to prioritize high-quality protein, which is the literal building block of your hair. But please understand, not all protein is created equal when it comes to hair health. Your body requires the full spectrum of essential amino acids to build strong keratin. Eggs are a phenomenal choice, as they are a complete protein and one of the very best natural sources of biotin. For those who prefer plant-based options, lentils and chickpeas are wonderful, as they are also rich in follicle-supporting iron and zinc. And now I want to mention something that our wise grandmothers knew intuitively: bone broth. Taking the time to sip on a warm, comforting cup of homemade or high-quality store-bought bone broth provides your body with an easily absorbable form of collagen. Collagen is a key protein that not only supports the strength and structure of your hair, but also benefits your skin, joints, and gut health. A healthy gut is absolutely essential for absorbing all the other wonderful nutrients you are eating, so this becomes a truly holistic, full-body approach to wellness. And of course, you must consciously fill your plate with a rainbow of antioxidant-rich foods. Berries, especially blueberries and strawberries, are packed with vitamin C and other potent compounds that protect your hair follicles from the damaging effects of harmful molecules known as free radicals. Vitamin C is also absolutely crucial for your body's own production of collagen. Dark leafy greens like spinach and kale are undeniable nutritional powerhouses, providing a wealth of iron, vitamin A, and folate. A crucial tip here: always remember to pair these iron-rich plant foods with a source of vitamin C, like a generous squeeze of fresh lemon juice over your salad. This simple trick can dramatically increase your body's ability to absorb the iron. And now we arrive at the #1 kitchen secret I promised you at the beginning. It's something small, simple, and so often overlooked in our busy lives, but it is one of the single most potent foods you can possibly eat to combat age-related hair loss. I am talking about pumpkin seeds. These humble, little green gems are a veritable nutritional treasure trove, specifically for hair health, because they are one of nature's most highly concentrated sources of the 3 key minerals that thinning hair so desperately needs: zinc, iron, and magnesium. As we have already discussed, a zinc deficiency directly and negatively impacts the hair growth cycle. Pumpkin seeds are absolutely loaded with it. A small quarter-cup serving can provide nearly half of your recommended daily intake. This zinc helps to balance hormones and directly supports the cellular health of your follicles. They are also incredibly rich in iron, fighting off the potential for the low-grade anemia that could be starving your scalp of precious oxygen. And they contain a wonderful amount of magnesium, a vital mineral that over half of all adults are deficient in. Magnesium helps to reduce systemic inflammation and powerfully combat the effects of stress by calming the entire nervous system, which in turn can lead to improved blood circulation to the scalp. But here is the real secret weapon hidden within this secret weapon. Pumpkin seeds contain a unique amino acid called cucurbitacin, which has been scientifically studied for its potential to block the effects of DHT, the very hormone we identified as being responsible for shrinking hair follicles. They also contain compounds called phytosterols, which can further help to balance hormones naturally and safely. So, by making a conscious choice to eat a small handful of pumpkin seeds each day, you are effectively launching a multi-pronged, systemic attack on hair loss. You are providing essential minerals for growth, you are fighting scalp inflammation, and you are potentially blocking the very hormonal mechanism that is causing the thinning in the first place. How should you eat them for maximum benefit? The best way is to consume them raw and unsalted, which preserves their delicate, healthy oils and full nutrient profile. Simply enjoy a small handful as an afternoon snack. Sprinkle them over your salads to add a satisfying crunch and a nutrient boost. Or blend them into your morning smoothie for a creamy texture and a hidden dose of minerals. The absolute key is consistency. Make it a daily ritual, a small, intentional act of self-care. It costs mere pennies a day, but the return on investment for the health and vitality of your hair is truly priceless. Now that we have fortified and nourished your body from the inside, we must also fundamentally change how we treat our precious hair from the outside. This is about adopting a new philosophy, one of loving, gentle care. The first practical step is to completely rethink how you wash your hair. As we age, our scalp naturally produces less sebum, the natural oil that moisturizes and protects our hair. This means that washing your hair every single day can severely strip it, leaving it dry, brittle, and prone to breakage. Try reducing your washes to every other day, or even just 2 to 3 times a week, depending on your hair type. And the shampoo you choose matters immensely. You must look for gentle, sulfate-free formulas. Sulfates are harsh chemical detergents that create that rich, satisfying lather, but can be incredibly drying and irritating to an aging, sensitive scalp. Always use lukewarm water, never scalding hot, as excessive heat can further dry out both your hair and your skin, leading to flakiness and irritation. When you are done washing, please, I implore you, avoid the vigorous towel rubbing that so many of us were taught to do as children. This causes immense friction and leads to breakage and split ends. Instead, gently squeeze the excess water out of your hair with a soft, old, clean t-shirt or a dedicated microfiber towel. How you handle your hair when it is wet is absolutely paramount. Wet hair is incredibly fragile and at its most vulnerable. Use a wide-tooth comb, never a brush, to gently detangle any knots. The proper technique is to start from the ends and slowly, patiently work your way up to the roots. Never ever rip or pull through tangles. Be patient. Think of it as if you were handling the most delicate, antique silk. When it comes to styling, you must begin to see heat as something other than your friend. Minimize the use of blow dryers, curling irons, and flat irons as much as you possibly can. Let your hair air dry whenever possible. If you must use these tools, always apply a quality heat protectant spray first, and be sure to use the lowest possible temperature setting that is effective for your hair type. And please, be deeply mindful of your hairstyles. Extremely tight ponytails, high buns, and braids that pull relentlessly on your hairline can cause a very real and sometimes permanent type of hair loss called traction alopecia. Opt for looser, softer styles that don't put constant strain on your precious hair follicles. And finally, one of the most beneficial, restorative, and pleasurable things you can do for your hair is to give yourself a gentle scalp massage. You can easily incorporate this for just a few minutes each day, either in the shower while you are shampooing or in the evening as a relaxing ritual before bed. Using the soft pads of your fingertips, apply gentle, firm, circular pressure all over your scalp. This simple free act does wonders for stimulating blood flow, bringing all those wonderful nutrients you're now eating directly to your hair roots. It feels absolutely wonderful, it reduces stress, and it is a truly beautiful and profound way to reconnect with and care for your own body. In the end, this entire journey is about so much more than just a few strands of hair. It's about looking in the mirror and seeing a reflection that feels authentic, that feels like you. It's about reclaiming a piece of your identity that you may have thought was irrevocably lost to time. The world, with its youth-obsessed culture, will try to tell you that thinning hair is just an inevitable part of getting older, something to be accepted with a quiet sigh of resignation. But now you know better. You know that it is a signal from your body, an invitation to nourish it more deeply, to care for it more tenderly, to love it more completely. The power to change this narrative is not in an expensive, beautifully packaged bottle or in a sterile doctor's office. It is in your hands, in your kitchen, in the small, consistent, and loving choices you make for yourself each and every day. It's in that daily handful of pumpkin seeds, the gentle scalp massage before you sleep, the conscious decision to be patient and kind with the woman looking back at you from the mirror. You have carried so much wisdom, grace, and strength through the decades. It is time now to turn a small portion of that incredible, resilient strength inward, to rebuild, to restore, and to revive. You are not fading away. You are simply learning a new and more graceful way to bloom. Thank you for walking this path with us today. Please share your thoughts and feelings in the comments below. Let us build a beautiful tapestry of stories and support for one another. And if you found this guide to be helpful, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with a friend who might need to hear this empowering message. We look forward to seeing you again.